Alrighty. Well, hello everybody. I know I haven't been on for a while, and I know you're used to seeing me on Wednesdays at 7:30. But I thought I would just stop by to say, because I don't think a lot of people understand the reasons why I created To a Woman's Heart. And I've said this before many times. The way women is looked at, how sometimes we can be negative, um, how sometimes we can be jealous, how sometimes we are not as encouraging to one another. And it's not just about the post that's on the channel. It's not. It's more than that. It's creating a sisterhood. It's creating tool where you can feel like you're being encouraged, uplifted, and motivated and empowered. I don't want anybody to ever think this is just about me, because it's bigger than me. And it's something that we need in this day and time, especially since we're sitting in the midst of COVID-19. And as I've said plenty of times before, there are a lot of women who are living in domestic violence relationships. There are a lot of women who's by themselves struggling financially, trying to figure out how they're going to make their ends meet. There are a lot of women right now is dreading the holidays because they don't have the money to purchase the things for their children. And although we as women can multitask, we can do a lot of things, the load that we carry sometimes can be quite heavy. And sometimes you just need an avenue where you can go to, where you can get a little relief or a little reprieve for a moment, where you can think about something else and just listen in or read something that will give you that motivation to push you on a little bit further. So there are some things that I want to do with To a Woman's Heart. And it's not just about posting, encouraging posts. I want to actually be able to help just as much. And what I mean by helping, I mean, like if there's a young lady who's out there and who is single, has kids, and say she can't buy groceries for her children, I want this to be that avenue, that tool that will be able to step up to the plate to help that woman. If there's a young lady who's dealing with domestic violence in her life and she needs to relocate, I want this to be an avenue that will be able to assist her getting to safety. So this is more than just posting a post, as I've said on all the social media outlets. I want us to build and learn and look at ourselves and know that we can achieve anything we want to achieve if we put our minds to it. Because a lot of women, they have been beat down so much, they think they don't have any value because that's what somebody has told them. They don't have any value. They don't see their worth. Their confidence is gone. Their self-esteem is low. So I want this to be a vehicle to show them that they can be confident, show them that they do have some self-esteem, and show them that anything that you put your mind to is possible. Hence why I had the conversations on Wednesdays, so we can peak conversations, because a lot of times, as I said before, we as women, we sit around in our own little world and we think we go through things all by ourselves, and we don't. It's not just us who's sitting in certain situations. There are other women who share what you're going through. But some of us will never share the information, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes we are embarrassed to let people know that we're broke, to let people know that we're hungry, to let people know that we've been abused, to let people know that we've been misused. All these things, we keep to ourselves. And this is how you end up in a mental state where you don't know what to do. And this is how your mind starts to play tricks on you, where you feel like, life is not worth living. And it is. We all go through things. Every last one of us, whether we admit it or not, we all go through something in life. But the thing is, we all need that one somebody that we can go to, that we can talk to, and they will give us good feedback, constructive criticism, not down us or not make us feel less than what we are, but to provide us with that good constructive criticism. And I think in the time that we live in, this is some of the things that we're missing right now as women. I made a post today that I pray that we get to a point that we know that we all can win and we can all be happy for one another. And I've said this before, if you have a t-shirt business and I decide to create a t-shirt business, it doesn't take anything from you. There's plenty of people out here that will invest or buy your t-shirts. Whatever it is that you decide to sell, whatever it is you decide to do, just know your path does not affect the path that I'm on. It doesn't. This world is big enough for everybody to get in and to enjoy the things that you want to do. And for those who sitting on dreams of starting a business, then just start it. Don't contemplate it, just do it. Yes, you may stumble, yes, you may fall, but you will learn as you go. And then find you some things, do some research, find some people that's like-minded like you that can give you the boost that you need. If you want to write a book, there is so many people out here who have a story to tell, but they're scared to tell that story. And you should tell it. You never know what your story would do for somebody else. We all have something in us that we can do that's effortlessly. That is your passion. When you can wake up and you can do it without thinking about it, that's something that you can do. And again, the time that we're living in, thinking about finances, use your gift wisely. Do that. Use your gift wisely. They're given to you for a reason, not to sit on them, but to use them. And I've said this again, let us pray continually for one another. There is a lot of things that we think we know and we don't know. We're all learning. We're always learning. And that's a good thing. And when you stop learning, that's a problem. When you start thinking that you have all the answer, that presents another problem. So what I'm saying to you, we're working on, and including myself, being a better version of me. I know there's more within me that I can bring up to do. I know I pull back on some things, and sometimes we pull back on things because we are fearful of what people may think and what people may say. And we can't worry about what people may think, what people may say. When I decided I didn't decide, God put on my heart to do 2AWoman's Heart. I started on this over 2 years ago, and I've told this story before. And I had created the website, and he told me to scrap it. So I scrapped it, and then I started all over again. Now, I don't know what the purpose of this is, but if it helped one woman, that's good enough for me. Just one. I'll be happy with that. If it makes a difference in one woman's life, I'm happy with that. I'm not looking for nothing in return from this. I just want to be able to help somebody. And I'm not saying that I have all the answers, and neither am I saying that I know everything, because I don't. I don't. But collectively, we can share. Collectively, we can get light bulb moments, and collectively, we can grow and be better. That's all I'm saying. And when I started the website, my motivations was 3 young ladies. It was Tamika, Tammy, and Ronnie. And the motivation came from, they had this linkage to one another. They all got different personalities. They all look at things differently, but they have this bond. It was a beautiful bond. It really was. They can tell each other what they did wrong, how they feel, and it still was that beautiful bond. And still to this day. They went on vacations together. They hung out together, all this stuff. And it spoke volumes to me that we as women, even though we see on TV, we see on reality shows, they make it seem like it can't be that way, and it can. You can have a good relationship with another woman. You can. You have a good friendship. You can. But we also have to know we have to be selective in who we choose to be in our circle, because everybody's not in our circle for the right reasons. We have to understand that too. And so this is some of the reasons why I do what I do. And I just want you ladies to understand we are not an island unto ourselves. This is a team effort here. It's about us, not just about me, myself, and I. It's about us. So make sure you post something encouraging. Make sure you leave a kind word. You never know what it will do for somebody. Somebody is suffering silently, and they're contemplating right now whether I should live or whether I should die. Not consider that they may have kids that they're leaving behind. Not consider they may have a husband they leave behind. Not consider they may have a family that they leave behind. But because the weight of the world has become too much for them. And so they figure the easy out is just to end it all. And it's not. And so those are the individuals, especially that we're trying to reach. The woman that's depressed and she don't know where to begin to get somebody to help or how to ask for help. We're speaking to that woman. The woman that's struggling financially, we're speaking to that woman. That woman that feels like she don't have what it takes. We're speaking to that woman. The woman that somebody has broken down, we're speaking to that woman. That woman that don't have any confidence or self-esteem, we're speaking to that woman. Whatever that need may be, we're speaking to that woman. And I want you to know that you're not alone. We do care. Be encouraged. Take it a second, take it a minute, take it an hour, take it a day, take it a month at a time. That's how you start. You just got to put one foot in front of the other. You can make it. And know that we go through things and we don't realize we're stronger than what we thought we was. And if you would sit back and do an analogy of everything that you have been through in your life in the past and realize where you are at today, you would realize that you are stronger than you thought you was. And you have made it through some things that should have took you out, but it didn't. Be grateful for that. There are so many things we can be thankful for. So many things we can be thankful for. Just to breathe is enough to be thankful for. So just know, you are loved. We care. We want you to be your better, best selves. Okay? So some things I'm working on. I'm setting it up now because I want to continue to keep the Wednesday conversation because it's very interesting and the feedback has been good. And so I want to add another day, but this day will be strictly to push women forward. Those women who have businesses that's out there, I want to push you forward. And we're going to pray that what we do will plant the seed that will move them to their next level in life. It's not about being selfish, but it's about giving back. And that's the blessing. When you give, God sees all. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So let's be in a giving spirit. And not just because it's the holiday season, but because it's right to do. And then I'm going to be doing some segments on YouTube only. But the only way you will be able to see these segments is you will have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. The segments will only be for YouTube subscribers on To a Woman's Heart. Okay? So I just thought I'd stop by for a minute. I hadn't stopped by in a while. And I want to commend a young lady for following her passion, for stepping into her purpose, and that's Maya J. Love in Action. She's been doing an awesome job. You all should follow her. She's a life coach. So let's support our own. Even though we hear all this negative stuff, let's support our own. All right? All right, ladies. So I will see you on tomorrow night at 7:30. Make sure you ask your questions. The conversation will be on menopause. And menopause is something serious. All right, ladies. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on tomorrow. Have a good one.